Hello and welcome. I'm Jamie and you are listening to the Everyday Queen podcast, the place where we celebrate everyday queens conquering their inner BS and doing epic things in life, love and business. This podcast is for the mamas navigating mum life, the boss babes killing it in their careers, the biz babes forging their own paths, and all of you queens in between. I'm here to share with you the real, the raw, and the BS-free tips and tricks on turning your inner mean into an inner queen so that you can show up every day fierce, powerful, and unstoppable. Let's get to it. What a morning. This is a super impromptu episode. Inspired, I don't even think that's the right word, but let's roll with that. Inspired by the absolute rubbish morning that I have had. This is like one of those weeks where it would be so easy for me to just quit or to not put out an episode and just completely not show up for myself, because this week has been freaking hard. And yeah, it's only Tuesday. Lord help me. Somebody send me all of the help, all of the coffee, because I need it. So I'm pretty sure my baby is teething. I can see the little lumps. I could just start to see the white bit starting to come through the gum. On top of this, I'm pretty sure he's also going through another developmental leap, coupled with loads and loads and loads of frustration from not being able to do all of the things that he just wants to do. I get it. But this mama is freaking tired. So this morning, I was super excited because I'm doing a 6-week glow up challenge, because I feel like I really need a bit of a boot up the bum when it comes to health and fitness and just mindset, because I feel like that's something that we all need to work on. Obviously, I rabbit on about it all the time. It is my jam. It is my niche. It is everything that I am about. But I thought that it was important to share that, because just because I talk about it doesn't mean that I'm not still constantly working on it. Because that's the thing with personal development. It is all good and well to learn these amazing techniques and do all of this stuff, but we have to keep working on it. It's not a magic fix. You can't just do something once, go to that course once, do that program once, and then expect that your whole life is going to change. So anyway, I started my morning off making a smoothie that I had all intentions of sharing with everyone on my Instagram. And I actually got it made, and as I sat in my chair, Harrison was crawling around on the ground, because that's what he does every morning. Except this morning he decided to completely face plant to the ground and proceed to scream. Of course, he hurt himself. So in my haste to jump out of my chair and grab him, I knocked my smoothie all over my fabric rocking chair. So that is how my morning started, and it literally just went downhill from there. Anyway, Harrison is down for a nap now, hopefully the first of many today, because he needs it and I need it. I have a feeling that I probably am not going to have very much time to record this, because that's just what happens in this house. But anyway, I really wanted to sit down, not because I was in a negative mood, but because I thought that this was the perfect opportunity to share that, you know what, some days are going to be absolutely crap and rubbish, and you're going to want all of the coffee and probably all of the wine to get yourself through. And these are the days where, you know what, it probably would be easier to just crawl into your little hole and to give up on your goals or your dreams, or to stop showing up for yourself. But guess what? These are actually the days where the real magic happens, because when you give in to those little negative thought patterns and those little negative beliefs, and when you start breaking promises to yourself, that's when you reinforce the negative or the bad behavior. But every time that you can break through one of those patterns, it makes the link so much weaker. I really don't know where we all came up with the idea that when we were working on goals or even just with life in general, I don't know where we got the idea that everything would be perfect all the time or that everything should be perfect all the time. There is a quote that I used to always be told, and I have to say I absolutely freaking hate it, but I'm going to share it. So people always used to say to me, life's hard or life's not meant to be easy, when I was having down days or just feeling like I was really ready to tap out. And while that does ring true in that, no, every day isn't perfect and we're not going to be able to be on all the time or going all the time, I think that quote is used so much as a cop-out. We use it as an excuse to take ourselves out of action. Oh, well, life's not meant to be easy, so I'm just not going to bother. Guys, you're not going to believe it. Seriously, the universe is testing me so much today. As you can probably hear, the audio is different because my mic wasn't on. I literally got to the end of that sentence and my baby woke up. And I realized that the light wasn't on my microphone, which means that it was recording literally just the sound from my computer speakers, which is, it's not bad audio, but it is nowhere near as clear and loud as the microphone. So it has taken everything in my power to not delete this episode and just completely scrap it. That is the perfectionist in me wanting to show up and put my best foot forward. And it really pisses me off that this episode is not only about just pure negativity, but it is also terrible quality and it is not my best foot. The reason I haven't done that, and I'm even having this part of the conversation now, is that I feel like the microphone incident just kind of reiterates everything that this episode is about. That it's the whole, when life throws you lemons thing, right? So there are going to be days, like my day today, that are just absolute trash. That it would be so much easier to just throw in the towel and to sit in front of Netflix, or go back to bed and not do anything. And if I'm honest, that is how I feel. I would much rather be sitting in front of Netflix today and doing nothing else. But I'm not going to do that because, like I said earlier, the more that you give in to those negative behaviors and the negative beliefs, the more that you do that, the easier it becomes for that to be your default. And I don't know about you, but that's not what I want my default to be. I don't want my default to be that as soon as something doesn't go my way, that I shut everything down and I don't show up for myself. And I don't want my default to be sitting in front of my TV, watching trash TV, as good as that is sometimes. I don't want that to be my default. 2 years ago, I was actually at a conference in Melbourne. And one of the speakers, she did a very different take on a motivational speech to what I have ever seen. And you know what? I freaking loved it. So I guess this episode is inspired a little bit by that as well. So her speech was all about her loser moments in business, all the times that she failed or fell flat on her face or just felt like a downright idiot. And it was so refreshing to hear someone actually talk about those moments and the reality of just life and business, obviously, but life as well. It's so easy to look at people who are in the position that we want to be in and put them up on a pedestal and think that everything that they have done must be perfect and that they must show up perfectly all the time and that everything that they do must be perfect. But it's just not the truth. The truth is that those people are successful not because they're perfect all the time and not because they do everything the right way and things just happen the right way for them. Those people are in that position because they have these rubbish days and they don't quit and they don't give up and they just continue to work on their dreams and what they want. They show up for themselves and they show up for the people in their life regardless of how crap they feel. So this episode is my loser speech. Today, I dropped my smoothie all over my freaking fabric rocking chair. Today, I tried to record a podcast episode without a proper freaking mic on. And today I also smashed a container of pomegranate everywhere, all over my kitchen, and it shattered and my baby is crawling. So they're my 3 moments for the day. I hope that 3 is all that shows up for me now. Like, isn't it normally bad things come in 3s? Like, I have had my 3. I have had my 3, but guess what? I am still here. I am continuing this episode. I apologize to everyone for the terrible audio quality in the beginning, for all of the ranting, for all of the raving. But you know what? The lesson here is that sometimes you just have to show up for yourself, because at the end of the day, if you can't show up for yourself, how can you expect other people to show up for you? Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you love this episode, be sure to let me know by leaving a review or sharing and tagging me in your stories. If you aren't already following me on social media, come and get your daily dose of BS-free inspiration at Jamie Lee White. While you're there, click the link in my bio to download my free workbook, 3 Steps to Overcoming Your Inner BS. That's it from me today. I can't wait to chat to you in the next episode.